Hey everybody, it's been a long time since I've posted a YouTube video. There's a lot of stuff that's happened in that amount of time, and I'll discuss a lot of that in this video. Just wanted to start off by saying I recorded a 5x5 average of 5. The average came out to be about 103, and there's a 54-second single. I recently switched to Yau on 5x5. I'm not doing Yau 5. I experimented a little bit with Yau 5. Found it wasn't as good as just kind of the Yau 4 method. You can see here I do the cross edges, the first two centers cross edges, then build each center one by one, finish the last cross edge, and then solve 4 edges, doesn't matter which ones they are, then solve the last 4 edges, and then do 3x3. I think this is working pretty well. My times are just about the same, if not faster, as compared to reduction method. Also, I am trying to switch to color neutral on 3x3. I'm normally green cross solver, and for the past 10 years I've been green cross solver. And blue cross is also pretty easy now. White cross is pretty easy. Yellow cross is giving me a little bit of difficulties, and orange and red cross are very difficult to solve on still. Hopefully with more practice I can get this all figured out. Now for some recap of what I've done in the past year. Last June I went to Australia with my mom for the World Championships in Melbourne. And that was a lot of fun. On the plane ride there, actually, I got an email saying that I had become a candidate WCA delegate, which is really good news to hear. I'd been wanting to become a WCA delegate for a very long time, and my local area really needed a delegate at that time, so it's very good news. The competition itself, my results weren't very good, but I was on staff and I got to meet a lot of people that I otherwise wouldn't have met, and it was a lot of fun in the end. After Worlds, I went to Nationals in Maryland, and that was a lot of fun too. My results were even worse at Nationals, but that's okay. I got to see a lot of the American cubers and a couple of the foreign cubers that decided to come to Nationals. And then that kind of summarizes all the competitions of last summer. In the fall, I continued my accelerated master's degree in mechanical engineering. So that's a lot of work, coursework plus a thesis. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And then in the fall, I delegated one competition, and that went well. In the winter, I delegated 2 competitions, one in my local competition, which is small, and then another competition in Colorado Springs, which was a much larger competition, about over 100 competitors. The Cuban community there is definitely much more younger than Cuban communities that I'm used to, so not everyone is as fast as, let's say, like the Bay Area speed cubing scene. Still much more progression to have happen, but it's great to see like a community that's thriving now that they can have lots of competitions there. Then in March or so, the thing that shall not be named happened, and I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. This has caused all the WCA competitions to stop, which is really unfortunate. But in the sake of safety, we must do this. So there's a lot of other people that decided we can still have competitions, but not in person. One of these competitions is cubing at home. So if you guys know, I run live streams for the cubing at home competitions. I'm also an organizer of the cubing at home. It's a lot of fun. I get to interact with a lot of people, and it's very technical. I like having my hands on for these kind of things, and it can also be a little bit stressful, but I enjoy that as well. So I've been doing that. We just finished up our kind of first season. We're going to be starting our second season here soon. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of side events, or a lot of unofficial events that we're going to be hosting as well, which is very interesting because it kind of adds something new that the WCA doesn't host at competitions very often. and you get to race against, or you get to compete against upwards of 1,000, maybe 2,000 competitors in a single weekend, which is something that rarely ever happens at competitions. And there's a large team behind me that helps run this competition. There's a core staff group. They all put in a lot of work, and it's really great to see. We're doing a lot of great stuff. I hope we can continue to do cubing at home even after the situation that's currently going on. But once it finishes, I'll be moving back to the Bay Area, which is where I'm from, and I'll be hosting competitions in that area. So Berkeley competitions and just kind of all over in the Bay Area. It's a very large area and lots of competitors, so it would be really great to be able to do that again. So yeah, that's about it. Soon I'll be finishing my master's thesis. If you guys want to know a little bit about what I study mechanical engineering, and in particular heat transfer for nuclear kind of applications. I don't want to get too much into it, but if you're interested, maybe send me a personal message or something on Instagram. You can talk to me about that there. It's pretty interesting stuff. But yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys later.